Hi there, what are we doing today? We're talking about Chicago Party Ant, a new Netflix show. It's a generic adult animation sitcom that is based on a Twitter profile. It stars Lauren Ash, who has done a bunch of comedy stuff and also voiced Scorpia in the She-Ra show that I really like. So there's that. RuPaul is in the show, so there's that as well. You know, if you're into RuPaul, there you go. Now, I was a little split on whether I should talk about the show at all. If you're familiar with some of my other reviews and such, animated sitcoms, it's not my thing. It's not my taste. I'm not going to come out here and say that every one of them is awful for everyone and that no one should be allowed to enjoy them. I'm not going to say that companies should stop producing them. The category that a show belongs to doesn't necessarily define it. It's just that a lot of the stuff that's common to all of these animated sitcoms, there's so much overlap in terms of art style, humor and writing and performances and animation. I feel like it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle to make one of these shows that actually feels like it is of high quality. Now, Chicago Party Ant is bad. It's a bad show. I don't enjoy it. I didn't laugh. I only watched 5 episodes, so who knows? Maybe it completely changes its tune later on in the season. And they didn't even call it a season. They called it Part 1, which is all right. First episode alone had, I think, 6 sponsorships or just product placement mentions, either visually or verbally. Although what seemed to be a very clear Apple sponsorship promotional consideration deal in the first episode seemed to disappear, because after that episode, everybody's phones just have another fruit on the back of them. Strange. What happened there? I'm going to venture a guess and say that even for someone who really goes out of their way to check out animated sitcoms, and they're big into Family Guy and American Dad and The Cleveland Show, R.I.P., Duncanville, Great North, Bob's Burgers, Housebroken, things like this, Cop Show, whose name I forget. I think that even for people who enjoy that kind of stuff, I don't think it's even good there. I don't think it really stands out at all, other than in its sense of pandering towards Chicagoans, I suppose, or Midwesterns in general. And all the Chicago references here are 90% of them are just the most basic, stereotypical stuff: accent, sports, beer, hair metal references. If you like references, broad references to Chicago things, maybe there's some enjoyment to be had there, I suppose. Although it does fall into that trend of, not a trend, it falls into that area where an American city thinks that it's special or thinks that it has like defining attributes when it really doesn't, when it's really just like most other places.
Hey kid, stop wearing your backpack over one shoulder. We invented that.
If the whole goal here was to appeal to people who live in Chicago and want to feel that sense of specialness and identity, I feel like they could have done a better job, and they could have inserted actual, like, real stuff maybe that Chicagoans would really relate to and feel like, oh yeah, no, that actually kind of resonates with me. But no, it's most of the time it's just the really basic stuff, and they don't tend to go much further than that. And beyond that, the Chicago stuff just feels like a bland seasoning over top an even more bland basis, which is just the generic sitcom storylines. As soon as each one of them is introduced, you know exactly how it's going to end. It's the fast food place around the corner that doesn't participate in any of the special promotions or limited time offers. No, it's just the exact same menu. It'll probably be prepared roughly the same way every time, although the fries might be soggy every once in a while. It's just the same. You've seen this many times before. I don't see anything of value or interest. I was watching this earlier and I felt embarrassed to be watching it with the windows open, because like I don't want people on the street to know what I'm watching. It's that kind of thing. It's not even worth hating. It's just there. It's there on Netflix. It will get buried soon enough, so don't worry about it popping up on your recommended feed unless you watch a bunch of that Cop Show whose name I forgot about. What else should we talk about? Have you had a pretty good day today? Although, you know, the bad days, they can be fun too sometimes. You can like listen to music that fits another mood, you know, and really get into it. I've been looking for a good smoothie lately. If anybody knows a good smoothie place in LA where they don't charge $15 for a smoothie, I'd be up for that. I'll drive 8 miles. Anything in an 8-mile radius of like my neighborhood would be perfect. Well, I guess we're done here. Thanks for stopping by.